Welcome to the Portland Culinary Podcast on Portland Culinary Radio. I'm Stephen Shumley, host. So excited today. We're talking barbecue and a really incredible, awesome barbecue event coming up on Friday, August 10th. Joining my special co-host today, Tina Mays Shea. You are the Saucy Minx Maven. Is that a thing?
Well, it is now. I actually have been trademarked with the Saucy Minx.
Yes, and you make a phenomenal barbecue. I've been cheering you on for, I think, 5 years now. Mm-hmm. You started the company back then, started out of your kitchen, and now things have taken off. Your first bigger chain was Roth IGA, and now you're in a Market of Choice.
And New Seasons Market.
And New Seasons, and lots of other cool, smaller places around town, like Autos, who supported you almost from the very beginning.
Yep. White's Country Meats out in Gresham. And then my very first store that picked me up was Chuck's Barbecue in Kaiser.
That's awesome. And then you've got some bigger change you're in talks with right now, and I have no doubt you're making it because you are just kicking barbecue butt and taking names. So you are not only a co-host today of this event, but you're going to join me as a judge. Mm-hmm. So this event is having a barbecue celebration where people can come eat barbecue, and there'll be a barbecue competition where you and I get to eat and judge barbecue.
Absolutely. And this will be a change because rather than entering my sauces in a contest, I'll now be judging sauces.
Oh, yes, because you have award-winning sauces.
I do.
People can go to the Saucy Minx website and check out all the awards you've won, and they can listen to a Portland Culinary Podcast episode we recorded with you where we tell your whole story, which is really cool.
Yes.
I'm excited that people that come to the event, they'll be able to get some Kiko's barbecue, and Paul Torres does a great job. So he says he does Santa Maria-style barbecue. So do you know what the heck Santa Maria-style barbecue is?
Yes, it's open pit where the grill is raised and lowered depending on your smoke.
So you're cooking over an open flame.
Yes.
As opposed to a closed container where you slow smoke, and the smoke is and the heat is what's creating the cooking.
Correct.
And so as I was talking to Paul recently, sometimes he gets a hot flare up. Maybe there's some sap in the wood, and you have to raise or lower the grill right then. You have to pay attention to it. And so he's going to make, let's see, what are the things? He's going to do a linguiça sausage, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah.
He's going to do chicken, which I know that, David, you love yourself some barbecue chicken very much. And he says that if you're doing tri-tip, I'll tell you who's laughing about David Ray Jefferson in just a moment. So excited he's here. But tri-tip is he says it's the signature thing. If you're doing Santa Maria style barbecue, you got to do tri-tip.
Yep.
And do you do tri-tip? Is your barbecue sauce good with tri-tip?
Oh my gosh, yes. I have this one dish. I do a chipotle mocha porter marinade, and then I marinate tri-tip steaks, and then slow smoke them.
And then he told me that he's working on putting together some chicken with some of your sauce on
Roasted garlic sweet molasses.
Roasted garlic sweet molasses. And what's that hot one you make that my girlfriend loves to
the honey habanero.
Oh my gosh, they put her and her kids put that on everything. They absolutely love it. Okay, so are you looking forward to having some? What are you going to have? You going to have the linguiça?
I'm going to have it all.
You're going to have it all? I'm looking forward to the tri-tip.
As long as there's no seafood, I'm good.
So I asked Paul how old was when he started barbecuing. You know what he said?
When he was born.
He said as soon as I could reach the grill.
Oh, there you go.
And he learned from his dad Lance and his grandfather Frank. And do you know where the name of his barbecue company comes?
It came from his grandparents.
That's his grandpa's nickname.
Yep.
I think that is pretty cool. So very excited to try his stuff. All right. So another special judge joining us at this event will be David Reddy Jefferson. How are you, sir?
I'm in good shape, man. What's going on?
Oh, man. I used to tell you had a voice for radio, and you do now have a real live radio show. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, due to the blessings, man. It's grateful.
Oh, I think it's, let's put it in society college language, it's due to the energy.
The energy, right.
You follow the energy.
That's right.
I've been a big fan of yours for a number of years now. So a lot of cool things have happened. You years ago had the... What is Spaghetti Ready food cart?
Yeah, Ready Spaghetti. Peaches Ready Spaghetti.
Peaches Ready Spaghetti, yes. Named in honor of your mom.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so I knew that's how we first connected through you having a food cart, but now you've got a radio show on KBOO.
Right.
90.7?
Yeah, 90.7 FM.
Tuesday nights?
Tuesday nights at 7. Yeah, it's called Calculated Conversation.
And that's where you're teaching people the society college philosophy.
Yeah, well, more than likely, it's just an extension of society college, one aspect of it. Calculated Conversation is just really designed for us to just kind of strategize our words and actions in an effort to empathize with other people and make sure that we get that understanding across and that we, covering our bases as far as what our differences is and similarities and trying to build bridges with each other,
Yeah, and people can follow Society College. There's a Facebook group they can ask to join. A lot of good teachings there.
Right.
Society College is on Instagram. They'll be able to find you on Instagram, or they can like the David Reddy Jefferson Facebook page as well, correct?
That's true.
I love it because man, I'm a fan. I've been for a long time.
Right.
And you're working on Society College, the book that's being written.
Right. The book is being written, and thank God I got me a writing coach now. Thanks to you for introducing me to him. So
I love making connections, helping people make the dreams come true.
Yeah.
Okay, so far we have said nothing that would lead anyone to believe why in the heck you should be a barbecue judge.
Right.
But if anyone follows you on social media, they know that you eat at all the best places, you eat all the best food, and I'm old now, so I don't understand some of the young people's language, and sometimes your emojis, I have no idea what you're trying to say, so I look for words. Did he like it or hate it? I don't know what all these flames mean, but usually I can tell in the words you did like it.
Yeah, if it's 3 or more emojis, I mean it's probably good. So.
Okay, so you used to have a food cart. You're well known in the culinary world. You eat at all the best.
Yeah, as far as the eater, yeah.
As far as you are well known. That's why I'm like, hey, we got to have David be a judge at this event. He knows his good food. Right. So, what's one of your favorite barbecue places around here?
My favorite, I like Daddy D's the most. He's in Vancouver off 4th Plain.
Ooh, you're crossing the bridge on us.
Yeah, his stuff is good, man. That's one of my favorites, though. And he's an amazing human being as well.
I know, that's what I like. A good
he's
story.
An amazing man, yeah.
Good people and good food. When all three come together.
Yeah,
wow.
Donnie Vercher is his name. So he's kind of been sort of like a mentor, man. He really talked to me about a lot of things, and he's an older man with a lot of information, though, and a lot of struggle and a lot of success.
Excellent. I'll have to get out there and check him out. Okay.
You will.
So just as long as I have you, what are some of your favorite places to eat at right now these days?
Right now, my favorite place is Stupid Burger, of course.
They were a food cart. They've gone brick and mortar.
They got a nice brick and mortar now.
And will you help me get some places for Portland BLT Week last year?
Did,
and they did some amazing stuff for Portland BLT Week.
Yeah, we ate all that. And then my other favorite is Hannah's PDX. My boy Alan is he got kind of a Louisiana style like snowball thing going. New Orleans style. New Orleans
style snowballs.
Right. Snowball.
He schooled me. It's not shave ice. It's not snow cones. It's snowball.
Everybody say, "Can I get a snow cone or a snowflake?" And he just like, "It's snowball." But he got Kool-Aid pickles, man. He got a lot of good stuff going on. I'm a big fan of Mondo's PDX. Man,
wait. You just said Kool-Aid pickles?
Kool-Aid pickles, yeah. Hannah's.
I did a Kool-Aid pickle cocktail event with them. It's a real thing, a Kool-Aid pickle. Do you know what a Kool-Aid pickle is, Tina?
I've heard of it. I haven't tried one yet.
So you take a real pickle, just a good dill pickle. You mix up some Kool-Aid. You put the Kool-Aid in a Ziploc bag, and you put the pickle in the Ziploc bag with the Kool-Aid. Marinate it for 2 days, and boom, you got a green apple Kool-Aid pickle.
Okay, I didn't know how he did it. Now I'm going to go make me one.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
I didn't know that.
You can go to, I think I own domain KoolAidPickle.com, KoolAidPickleCocktail.com. You can read about the cocktails we did. But yeah, he does those. Yeah. Okay, and you were about to give some love to a new On the Rise food cart.
Yeah, Mando's PDX is brand new in the market. I believe they're close to 157th in Gleason, but they got amazing wings, burgers, and they really blowing up and doing a lot of good things in the culinary world as well.
Okay, so we're going to be judging chicken, we're going to be judging barbecue sauce, and we're going to be judging pork ribs. Okay. So which one of the three are you most looking forward to when we go to this Correct Connect barbecue celebration, barbecue competition?
Right. How about A, B, and C? No, just I'm a fan of chicken first and foremost. Barbecue chicken. Yeah.
How about you, Tina? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Well, considering I'm the saucy minx, I'm looking forward to judging other people's sauces. But honestly, pork ribs, anything that has pig in it, I'm all over it.
Dang.
Well, David, I am, at the end of this podcast, we're going to visit the people that make the magic happen, Correct Connect. Thank you.
Right.
I said corrected.
Right.
Because I'm not standing. Yeah. And tell about them. But they're really, they're a worthy nonprofit and really good work. So I thank you so much for volunteering your time to be a judge and help promote this event.
Absolutely.
Love everything that you. I cannot wait for the book to come out. And we will see you at the barbecue event.
Man, thank you. I appreciate it, Steve.
All right. So we got another special guest joining us. Tina, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. Okay, Tina, you ready for our next guest?
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Bell Jr. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How you doing?
It is so awesome to have you on the Portland Culinary Podcast. I'm so excited I can't talk. So a lot of people know you as the Swiffer Dad. So tell me about that.
Yeah, the hashtag Swiffer Dad. So as an actor, I had the opportunity to go in and do a Swiffer commercial, a national commercial. It actually went to what they call a Grade A National, where it shows in over 90 different networks. At some points in times, it was showing like 100 times a day.
Wow.
So, and the big honor was having my son in the commercial itself. So the royalties have been great. I'm loving it.
That's phenomenal. And how cool to get to work with your son. I bet that was just delightful.
I think it's an actor's dream. It's an actor's dream. You know?
Fantastic. Okay, and so you were recently, Willamette Week does their best of every year.
Yes.
And for 2018, you won Best Actor in Portland for their best of. Congratulations to that.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful, honored, and I feel so blessed to be able to achieve that level and for people to look at me and acknowledge the work I've done.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how long have you been acting?
About 10 years now. Moved here from Arizona, and got into the artsy community, started hanging out and started meeting people, and I got into acting and just had a passion for it and decided to just go for it.
Oh, phenomenal. Congratulations. So what did you do before you were an actor professionally?
I worked at Intel Corporation as an engineer.
Damn. So you're not only good looking, but you're super smart as well.
Yeah, if you want to call it that, but I like the good looks. I like the good looks.
Hey, I'm not smart enough to be an
I really
engineer.
like the good
You know,
looks.
Tina, engineers, they're smart, man.
Hey, smart as the new sexy.
Sapiosexualism. I love it.
I like that.
Okay. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia primarily, but I was a military brat. Ultimately ended up graduating high school in Germany.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've traveled a lot.
Traveled a lot. So when you landed, did you ever have any good barbecue?
Oh yeah, for sure. My dad was the barbecueologist, and he makes a really good barbecue sauce.
Oh, what's his name?
Jerry Bell Sr.
Jerry Bell Sr. I should have known that, given the name.
Yeah, I'm Jerry Bell Jr. So.
What are some of the favorite things that your dad would barbecue when you were little that you loved?
Ribs.
Beef, pork, both?
Pork all day long.
Pork all day long.
Yeah.
That sounds like you,
Everything's
Tina.
better with bacon.
Bacon.
Correct Connect lucked out getting you to be a judge for the barbecue event. Sounds like you know your way around barbecue.
Oh yeah, I feel like I do. Being from the South, being in Portland, it's hard to find a really good place. I haven't found a place that really, kind of comes up to the level of what I'm used to eating down south. So
Russell Street Barbecue.
Russell Street Barbecue. I've never tried it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna check it out.
You check it out and give us a report.
Yeah.
Tina sometimes knows around barbecue and barbecue sauce. In fact, it's given that you know barbecue and sauce, maybe we should have you try to taste some of Tina's sauce. Why don't we start out with the smoked peach mango with rum?
This is my newest one.
And that's with the Four Spirits distillery rum, right?
Yes, it is. I use their habanero spiced rum in it. It is, I smoke the peaches, I smoke the mangoes, and it has got some smoked jalapenos in it as well. It is just amazeballs.
It smells delicious.
So Four Spirits Distillery, the Four Spirits, the name of it, that's in honor of, his friends who've been in the military.
Correct. He lost 4 buddies in the military, and so he started this company, and part of the proceeds goes to helping local veterans get back on their feet.
Fantastic. And Jerry, you were in the military, weren't you?
Yes, I was in the Air Force for 8 years.
Oh, man, thank you so much for your service. I have
you.
great respect for, man, you've got it all going on.
No, I mean, I'm just getting old, man. That's all I see.
Oh,
and
no.
Just trying to progress.
Okay, now let's
Every
try
day.
it. Let's see I want to see if you like this smoked cherry chipotle.
Well, I didn't get the chance to tell you that the smoked peach was pretty good. I thought it was really good. It had a little spice to it.
Okay.
Some sweetness with some spice.
All right.
Does it have real rum in it? I saw rum.
Oh, yeah. It has
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of
Real
rum.
rum.
Real
Okay.
rum. I love me some real rum. All right.
All right.
And this is my smoked my smoked cherry chipotle, and I do smoke the cherries.
And you roll them in paper before you smoke them and everything?
They're a bitch to keep lit.
Man, I mean, this is delicious. This is right now, this is my favorite.
Fantastic.
Smoked cherry bomb.
Okay, so now
Changing the name of it.
Smoked
It's,
cherry-
Smoked cherry chipotle, but I want to call it smoked cherry bomb chipotle.
Oh, fantastic.
bomb.
I love it. Okay, so Tina, on the 10th, when we show up for barbecue, you need to bring a jar of that and give it to Jerry. Can you do that?
I can do that, and I'm going to bring him my tangy mustard barbecue sauce because that's my most award-winning sauce.
All right.
Yes, please. Thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
so do you have a favorite style of barbecue sauce from around the country?
Yeah,
'Cause there's
well,
lots of different regional styles.
Yeah, it kind of shifts. I was more into a sweet style barbecue sauce, but right now, down in South Carolina. That's where my dad lives. He's been doing this mustard-based sauce.
Ooh.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
So if she gives you some of the mustard sauce, that'll be right up your barbecue alley.
Oh yes. Let me try all of them.
Okay, and you're going to have your table set up so people can sample sauce. They can buy their sauce. They get their picture taken with Tina Mae Shea, the Saucy Minx Maven.
I will even put up the pin-up hair and maybe throw on the dress.
All right, I'm gonna make sure I starve myself before this contest.
Yeah, because a lot of people are ending. So we're going to have to eat a lot of food. We're going to have the Kiko's barbecue, the tri-tip, the linguiça, the chicken, and then we have to judge all the things that are. It's going to be a rough night for us. It's just going to be tough.
Oh man, it sounds horrible.
Okay, so what's really cool is you know barbecue. You're a fantastic actor. You're great. Wonderful to help make this happen for this nonprofit. But you know a little bit about wine. Tell me about the really cool documentary you directed, right? Helped make happen.
Yes. So I produced and directed the Red, White, and Black documentary about minority winemakers in Oregon. And we have Bertoni Faustin of Abbey Creek Vineyards, Remy Drapkin of Remy Wines, Jesus Guillen of the Guillen Family Wines. We have Andre Mack and Jared Sleep, who actually works now for the Rocco Winery.
Nice.
And so we highlight these guys. Only a handful of minorities here in Oregon, but the documentary pretty much shares the history of Oregon and highlights its lack of diversity and the reason why it's like that, and then look at the wine industry as a whole and how it lacks diversity too, and we pull it all together. And these guys get to get out and really share their story.
Yeah, similar thing in the brewing world. There's just not a lot of minorities in the brewing community across the country, not just in Portland, but across the country.
Right.
So Red, White, and Black. Now that's not yet available. I can't yet buy the DVD, but I can go to a screening. So you have screenings occasionally, across the country and around here locally.
Yes. So we're seeking distribution right now, but our focus has been on just the educational circuit. Sharing it with Oregon, state of Oregon, doing some traveling, sharing it with some of the colleges, with viniculture programs, etc.
So, but if I go to the website, I bet that I can find out where the next screening is.
Yes, you can.
So what's the website?
www.redwhite-black.com.
Redwhite-black.com. I like that. That's fantastic. Okay. And this, I'm so excited when I heard about this. I'm about to jump out of my skin. But... and then we need some medical attention, I guess, if that happened. But you've got a label. You got wine coming out. What's the name? Yeah. I love the name. Tell us the name.
So the name of the wine is Director's Crush, and we're looking to release it September 15th.
2018. So fall of 2018, we'll be able to buy bottles of Director's Crush.
Yes.
That is fantastic. All right, so I'm going to have you tell me what the wine tastes like, and then we'll see if Tina has anything that might be good to pair with it. So tell us what this wine's going to taste like. Your best guess.
Okay, Tina. It's very fruity on the nose. So when you smell it, it starts off like it's going to be kind of sweet, but it's not as sweet as it smells. It lingers on the tongue for a while, and it's very light.
Fantastic. So what would you do with that?
Oh my God, I would so do my St. Louis style smoked cherry chipotle ribs, and I would rub them down. So when I do my ribs, I slow smoke them for 5 hours.
And these are pork ribs.
Pork ribs, I use St. Louis style because baby backs to me don't have enough meat. So I slow smoke them. I rub them down with either my Rockin' Red, or if I really want to kind of light them up, I use my Chipotle Mocha rub.
Okay.
And then I slow smoke them for 4 hours at about 220 degrees. And then the last hour, every 15 minutes, I'm basting them with my smoked cherry chipotle barbecue sauce.
Wait, I think you got the name wrong. I think it's smoked cherry bomb.
Smoked cherry bomb, baby. You got to do the sound effect.
And trust, they did blow your mind.
Yeah. Okay, so you like the smoked cherry bomb. Do you think that on some pork ribs would go good with that Director's Crush wine?
For sure. I'm going to get some just so I can go home and make some myself.
All right, so for this barbecue, I may have already asked this. I'm so excited. Forgive me if I have. But what are you most excited for us to judge? We've got ribs, we got chicken, we got sauce. Which one are you like, okay, I want that?
I'm all about the ribs.
Good man.
All about the ribs.
David and his chicken.
I feel like with the ribs, you have so much room, so much margin to get out and be creative when you make them.
Yes.
You can marinate them a certain way. You can slow cook them. You can put them in the oven, however you want. But the ribs is what it's all about for me.
All right. Well, Jerry, it's been such an honor to have you on the Portland Culinary Podcast. And, if you know anybody, I would love to take the show on the road. My girlfriend loves wine. We could go to Abbey Creek and do a Portland Culinary Podcast episode about Abbey Creek and about your documentary and give some love to that.
Hey, we'd love that, man.
That would be fun. All right. Well, thank you so much for, your people don't realize, you're donating your time. Our time all has value, and you're donating time to help this worthy nonprofit, Correct Connect. And I just super appreciate it. And it's just awesome to have you involved.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. Cheers. All right, Tina, in just a minute, you and I are going to close out the podcast talking about how people could maybe win the sauce competition and the chicken competition and the ribs competition, because you're very opinionated how to make those things very well, for good reason, because you are the saucy minx maven and barbecue. But right now, I'd like to welcome to the podcast two of the three founders of Correct Connect, Chris Stoneberg and Shawayne Hodges. Hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, it's great to have you guys here. I'm so excited about your nonprofit. Now, about how long has Correct Connect been around?
About a year.
About a year, okay. And I was so excited when you guys reached out to me. You wanted to do a barbecue event, and so we're going to have two segments to it. We're going to have the barbecue celebration. People are going to be able to come eat wonderful barbecue from Kiko's Barbecue. I'm excited for the tri-tip. I can't wait for that. I know David Reddy Jefferson, he wants the chicken. Although I might have to get me some of that linguiça Portuguese sausage he's doing as well. Oh, and I forgot to mention, do either of you happen to have children?
I do. I have 3.
3 children.
I do.
I have one.
Okay, so he always makes sure to have beef hot dogs for the kids because his grandfather had 13 kids and ran a grill and always had barbecue hot dogs for the kids. So there'll be hot dogs that he's making for people to buy for their kids. How awesome is that?
That's awesome.
I think that it's fantastic. And then, of course, Tina May Shea will be there with her barbecue sauce, and people can sample it and try it and get the rubs. And, her stuff is amazing, as Jerry Bell fell in love with it. But it blew my mind. It's like, I want to do this. I want to support this wonderful nonprofit. I spent about 10 years in the nonprofit world myself. And so why the heck a barbecue competition? Why the heck a barbecue celebration? Why barbecue?
Because we love barbecue. Why else?
Amen to that. Can I get a witness? That is fantastic. Okay, so Shawayne, now of the sauce, the ribs, or the chicken, which one are you looking forward to most? Because you being a founder of the nonprofit, you might get a little sample of what the judges are done with.
So. I'm waiting for the sauce and the chicken.
Sauce and the chicken.
I'm definitely a chicken lover.
Okay, and of the things that Paul Torres is going to be selling out of his amazing barbecue enterprise, you looking for the linguiça, the tri-tip, or the chicken? What sparks your image?
Definitely the tri-tip.
Definitely the tri-tip.
Definitely.
Okay, and how about you, Chris? I know you love barbecue as well. You wanting to try the linguiça most, the chicken most, or the tri-tip most from Paul's business?
I'm looking forward to the tri-tip as well.
Oh, yes. All right. It's a trifecta of tri-tips because I am in the same category. I love it. Okay, so I'm really excited. And this is your first annual. So we're going to get, have you ever heard the expression, first pickle out of the jar?
No.
Yeah.
I think I have.
Yeah, the first pickle out of the jar is the hardest because they're all wedged in there. Once you get the first pickle out, then you can yard the rest of them out easily. So this event will be your first pickle out of the jar. I know Tina's already, behind the scenes saying, you can do this and do this. And she got fantastic ideas to blow this up and really help you guys.
Yes.
But I want to know a little bit about this nonprofit. I want to help people understand what you guys do. So what does Correct Connect do?
We serve the families of incarcerated people, particularly the children.
Yes, and as we were visiting before the podcast, one of the things that you told me with a lot of pathos, a lot of heart, is that there's a lot of kids that have an incarcerated mom or dad, and they have a challenge to go see their mom or dad. Is that accurate?
Right.
I mean, how far away is Ontario? Is there's a prison out there, right?
Right. That's the farthest one, and it's about a 7-hour drive.
7 hours. So if you're from a family with lots of money and you have someone in prison, no big deal. But if you're from a poor family, getting 7 hours down to see your mom and dad, that's like a Herculean impossible task.
Definitely. It's a 2-day trip and could cost around $400 or $500.
And for some people, $400 is nothing. But when you're struggling to pay the rent, you're lucky. Are we going to do Christmas or go see dad this year?
Right.
Yeah, awful. So, Chris, tell me if you're willing. I don't want to pry too much, and I'm very try to be caring people's hearts. But you have personal experience with this situation. Tell me a little bit about your journey.
My father was incarcerated from the time I was born until I was 13, so I kind of can relate to the struggle of having a parent incarcerated.
Okay, so let me unpack this a little bit. So that means that your mom was pregnant with you when your dad went to prison.
Correct.
And so the only way you got to see your dad for the first 13 years of his life is if you went to the prison and saw him.
Right.
And that does not sound like a fun time.
No.
How hard was it to get there and to make all that happen?
It was not an easy task. I mean, I guess I was a kid, so I didn't really understand the
behind the scenes stuff.
Right.
And it just, to me, it sounds awful to have to go see your dad in prison. That sounds like that would be terrible. But I suspect that that's better than not seeing him at all. Am I right?
Definitely.
I think people need to really think about that. As awful as it sounds, you have to go see your mom in prison, you have to go see your dad in prison. As bad as that might be, imagine not getting to see your mom or dad's around, and you don't get to see them. That's even worse.
Right.
Am I right?
Definitely. I totally agree.
So, man, I just, a nonprofit that's a heart for that. And then I know that behind the scenes you're doing work to support those families with someone that's incarcerated, because a lot, it just kind of drops a big nuclear bomb in the middle of a family when someone goes to prison or, to jail for long term. So you're helping the kids connect with their moms and dads, and then you're providing support to the family so they can kind of function through this tough time. And I suspect, tell me if I'm wrong, that one of the benefits of serving these kids is, I bet maybe showing some of your heart that they themselves won't follow in their parents' footsteps.
Absolutely.
So I bet you're kind of working behind the scenes to give those kids a different view of reality, that yes, you can see your mom, or yes, you can see your dad, but you don't have to follow in their footsteps that way.
Exactly.
Oh, and people just don't think about that.
Not at all.
Lots and lots of people know no one in prison. They just don't know it. And I know from my team, I was the chaplain at City Team Rescue Mission Homeless Shelter downtown Portland for a couple of years, and one of the most fulfilling jobs I had in the nonprofit world. And the people that go to jail or prison, they just get written off. And no one believes in them, knows and cares for them, and it's really tough on the kids. Mm-hmm. So I am so grateful for what you guys are doing. I'm so excited for the barbecue event. I hope people come down and buy lots of barbecue and eat lots of barbecue and enter the event. Okay, so now how does the competition work? I can enroll sauce, chicken, or pork ribs. Mm-hmm. Can I do more than that? Can I do 2 or 3?
You can do 2. You can do all 3.
You can do all 3.
Yep.
And go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, just come down to the park, bring your grill, bring your meat, and cook it up for us, and we'll take it to the judges.
Oh, fantastic. I love this. And then people register in advance. I'll put a link right at the top of the website where they register online and sign up and pay their small fee, which benefits the nonprofit and then helps you make all this magic happen. And they show up, they cook up their stuff, they could bring their family, and then the judges get to eat it, which, yes.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm so excited.
And we have some great prizes for the winners.
Oh, yeah. You told me this blew my mind. So you've got a lot of major corporations saying, we want to stand with you in caring for those kids. So you're going to put together gift baskets. If I win the barbecue sauce competition, I get a gift basket. If I win the ribs competition, pork ribs, I get a gift basket. If I win the chicken, I get a gift basket. And some of the businesses, tell me if I miss anybody, Porcano. Mm-hmm. Goodness, have you been to Porcano?
I love it. It's my favorite.
Their Fresca margaritas. Oh my goodness!
It's both of our favorite. That's why we asked.
So they said Voodoo Donuts is contributing. The Portland Winterhawks. That is Tina's love of her life, other than her husband and her son, is the Portland Winterhawks. I mean, last summer she ran into a goalie, in Arizona, and the poor guy, I think he was probably just scared. She's taking pictures with him, but she's a for real fan. Tina loves the Portland Winterhawks. Portland Spirit. Yes. Have you done a Portland Spirit cruise?
Mm-hmm. I have not.
Oh my God, that's so much fun. So you're giving tickets away for that as well in these gift baskets. You know what I'm thinking? I think maybe instead of giving the gift baskets to the winners, maybe the judges should get them. No, I'm just kidding. And then Saucy Minx Barbecue is going to be giving away some rubs to the winners, which I think is fantastic.
Very appreciative.
We should give the winner of the sauces some Saucy Minx Barbecue and say, yeah, you won, but this is really good stuff. No, we won't do that. That would be awful. So that's really cool that you've got these major corporations. You're saying, we want to stand with you as you care for kids whose parents are incarcerated. I think that's fantastic. Well, guys, it's been awesome to have you on the Portland Connecticut podcast. It's been so much fun working behind the scenes to help you make this event happen, and it'll be the first pick out of the jar, and maybe do a podcast next year for the next year's event.
That'd be awesome. Thank you so much, Steve.
All right. Tina, are you ready for us to finish this up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Tina, it's been a great podcast. I've had a load of fun. You are, in a delightful way that I love, I don't want anyone to misinterpret, you are dang opinionated about what makes for good sauce and what makes for good barbecue ribs and what makes for good chicken. Whereas I'm like, it's got to be yummy.
I do have my opinions, I gotta say.
Well, and I've eaten your food many times, and your food is amazing, and you're a great cook, and you know barbecue really, really well. Okay, so what makes for a good barbecue sauce? If I'm wanting to win this barbecue sauce competition...
Oh my gosh, you've got to have the right balance of flavors. If you have too much vinegar, it's going to taste off. If you have too much, of the sweetness, it's going to taste off. There has to be a balance between the sweet and the savory and whatever flavor you're trying to make.
And it can be, tell me if this is right, it can be a sweeter sauce and still taste balanced.
Absolutely.
It can be a spicy sauce and still tastes balanced.
Absolutely.
It can be like I take it and I start sweating, which my girlfriend Diana Prince loves. That's her experience. She likes to eat and sweat. I don't understand that. You do the same thing.
Well, you know, I'm going to start offering straws, paper straws with my honey habanero for people.
But even the really, really hot sauce can still be balanced in a flavor.
Exactly. See, and that's with my honey habanero. It's about the flavor of the habanero. It's not about the heat factor. And that's what I find so off-putting about a lot of sauces, is that they're so unbalanced that they're going for the heat factor rather than the flavor of that pepper. Because even the hottest pepper in the world, the Reaper, it has its own unique flavor. So why not bring out that flavor rather than just bring out that heat?
Okay, I'm just going to say it right now. Do me a favor. When we're together, never bring out the Reaper. I don't want to go there.
I don't go any hotter than the habanero, so no worries.
Okay, and then what's it take to if you want to win the barbecue chicken competition? Tell me how to win that.
You know what? It's got to taste like chicken. Honestly, chicken has such a wonderful flavor in itself. I mean, of course, if you're doing a smoked chicken, it's got to have that smoke ring. It's got to have the penetration of the smoke into it. If you're going for a grilled chicken breast, it's really just got to have the moisture. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it because honestly, poultry is one of the easiest things to overcook.
Yes,
it really is.
But I also don't want it undercooked.
Right. It's got to be, it's got to be that perfect balance of heat, or the temperature has to be perfect. At 165, it's completely done.
So that's the magic number.
That's the magic number is 165.
165. Okay, I love it. And so maybe do some chefs actually use food thermometers?
Oh. Do fish have gills?
I wish.
Do chickens have feathers?
I wish this was live TV and people could have seen the look on your face when I asked that question.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, and if people want, in your opinion, if people want to win the pork rib competition, what should they do?
Oh my gosh, those ribs have got to come off the bone. That meat has got to come off the bone. I know that this, National Barbecue Association sanctioned events, they want it to stick to the bone a little bit. I like it to come off the bone.
Okay.
That's my personal preference, but this is not a sanctioned event yet, being the
so maybe next year it will be.
You bet. And but it's got to have the flavor. It's got to taste like pork. It really does, and it's just got to melt in your mouth.
Okay, so here's just a crazy thing. Now, you made a comment earlier in the podcast that anything with bacon, just make something better at bacon. I remember you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So if someone did the barbecue pork ribs, but if they were to wrap the pork ribs in bacon, is that allowed?
Oh my God! Honestly, I would bow down to them and worship them as gods.
So that would be cheating, but I mean, I would not be opposed. Or just give me just barbecue the pork ribs and give me a nice slab of barbecue pork belly on the side on the same plate.
I think I may have to make you some barbecue pork belly bites.
Oh, barbecue pork belly bites. Oh, I love it. That sounds fab. Just makes me want to buy a domain right there.
Oh, yeah, and they're flavored with my Rockin' Red rub and some maple syrup from Canada.
Man, who's your big dog pork belly bite daddy?
My husband.
And just as we close, the thing that I love is that when you started your business, you wanted him to be able to quit his job to care for his health, and you're working so hard to make that happen. And that's the heart behind. You love barbecue, and you're an amazing chef, but more than anything, you love your husband, and you're building this business to care for him. And
I do,
and I celebrate that.
Yep, I'm trying to get it so he doesn't have to work so hard on that ambulance, taking people to the hospital.
Yep. All right. Well, Tina, it's been fantastic having you as a co-host. Again, if people want to find your story, they can listen to the Portland Culinary Podcast episode where we unpack your story. Congratulations on all your success, and thank you so much for donating your time and energy to help this really worthy nonprofit.
It's actually a nonprofit I believe in.
All right. Cheers, everyone.